The World Cup has a serious Argentina problem. Again, for the first time since 1990, Argentina arrived at a World Cup as the reigning champions. And mate, they started it in brutal fashion. Lionel Scaloni, the mastermind behind this golden generation, is now just 7 matches away from achieving something no national team has ever done before. Algeria, Austria and Jordan are simply the first steps on Argentina's road to football immortality. And Lionel Messi already smashed through the first one. Because here's the scary bit. If Argentina lift the trophy in New Jersey on July 19th, they will become the first national team in football history to win 5 consecutive FIFA tournaments. Nobody has done it. Nobody has even come close. This Argentina side is chasing something that even the greatest Brazil, Germany, and Italy teams could never achieve. And trust me, the entire World Cup is terrified of them. The biggest reason, of course, is Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time, who has now become the greatest World Cup player of all time as well. Lionel Messi is something football has never seen before. He is the all-time top scorer in World Cup history with 16 goals, the all-time leading assister with 8 assists, the player with the most goal contributions ever with 24, the man with the most World Cup appearances ever with 27 matches, and the only player in history to win 2 World Cup Golden Balls. Nobody, absolutely nobody, has been involved in more World Cup goals than Lionel Messi. And let's not forget, he's already been a World Cup winner and a World Cup runner-up. For years, the football world denied him World Cup glory. For years, it felt like his international story would end in heartbreak. But football eventually put everything where it belonged, because standing before us today is the one and only king of World Cup football. And in Argentina's opening match, he sent a message to the rest of the planet. The champions are still here, and taking that crown away from them will be unbelievably difficult. Against Algeria, Messi did something he had never done before at a World Cup. He scored his first ever World Cup hat-trick. 3 goals, 3 classic Messi goals. The first was a stunning long-range strike after one of those trademark dribbles where the ball seems glued to his foot and defenders simply can't get near him. The second came after reacting quicker than everyone else to a goalkeeper rebound, appearing exactly where elite goal scorers always appear. And the third, pure Messi, a pass into the net, a finish so calm, so effortless, that it felt like he was reminding the world that football's biggest stage was never too big for him. Instead, the world was simply too small for a player who plays with his heart. Back in 2018, a 33-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo scored a World Cup hat-trick against Spain. Now in 2026, a 38-year-old Lionel Messi has scored a World Cup hat-trick against Algeria. And with that performance, Messi became the oldest player ever to score a World Cup hat-trick, breaking Cristiano Ronaldo's record. But do you know what's truly terrifying? It's not the goals, it's everything else. Because against Algeria, Messi reminded everyone that he's still the most complete footballer on the planet. For 90 minutes, he controlled absolutely everything. The tempo, the creativity, the movement, the spaces, the entire match. He wasn't just scoring, he was orchestrating. He wasn't just finishing attacks, he was creating them. At 38 years old, Lionel Messi walked onto football's biggest stage and reminded the world why he still might be the best player on earth.
And he reminded us why he is who he is. And Argentina also reminded us that they are the oldest. Let's not forget about them. But Leo is just different. It's just a different topic. So as you will say, when you give the back to the break or whatever, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Hurricane, over to you.
And if this is how he starts the tournament, then the rest of the world has a very serious problem. But what makes Argentina even scarier is what surrounds him. Enzo Fernandez, Lautaro Martinez, Thiago Almada, Nico Paz, Julian Alvarez, Valentin Barco, Dibu Martinez, Cristian Romero, Lisandro Martinez. Don't forget this, Argentina are not just Lionel Messi. This squad is stacked. But if Argentina are dominating world football right now, it's because the man working quietly in the shadows, Lionel Scaloni. Since taking charge in September 2018, Scaloni has completely transformed Argentina's destiny. 2 Copa America titles. One Finalissima. 1 World Cup. And across World Cups, only a single defeat, that shock loss against Saudi Arabia and Qatar. What makes this generation so dangerous is that winning is no longer a dream. Winning has become a habit. The veterans are still leading the way, while a new generation of talent is already arriving to make sure the success doesn't end when Messi eventually hangs up his boots. That's why Argentina are back. That's why they're chasing history. And that's why it's becoming harder and harder to imagine anyone knocking them off their throne. Because the world champions aren't just defending their crown anymore, they're building a dynasty. And the X factor of this national team is still obvious. Lionel Messi. At 38 years old, Lionel Messi is playing in his 6th World Cup. But this is not the same player who first appeared as a tiny Barcelona wonder kid back in 2003. Most footballers decline with age.
Ok, Messi es un extraterrestre venido de otro planeta, de otra galaxia.
The great ones adapt. Messi did more than adapt, evolved. While the game spent almost 20 years trying to catch him, he kept reinventing himself and staying one step ahead. In 2006, Messi was still the explosive young winger, a dribbler, a chaos maker, the kid who received the ball wide and terrified defenders. Ronaldinho had already predicted he would become the best player in the world, and even Fabio Capello was amazed by his talent. At the World Cup in Germany, Messi immediately made an impact. Against Serbia and Montenegro, he came on and in just 16 minutes scored a goal, delivered an assist, and helped Argentina win 6-0. He only played 3 matches before Argentina were eliminated by Germany on penalties in the quarter-finals, but the message was clear. This kid was different. The first major transformation arrived at Barcelona. As Ronaldinho declined, Frank Rijkaard realised Messi needed to be closer to the centre of the action. Then Pep Guardiola changed football history in 2009. He moved Messi from the right wing into the famous false 9 role. Barcelona destroyed Real Madrid 6-2 at the Bernabeu, repeated the formula in the Champions League final against Manchester United, won Europe, and Messi claimed his first Ballon d'Or. That was the version of Messi who arrived at the 2010 World Cup. Unfortunately, Argentina never fully understood how to use him. Under Diego Maradona, Messi played every minute, but was never given the role that had made him unstoppable at Barcelona. Argentina cruised through the group stage and beat Mexico in the round of 16, scoring 10 goals in 4 matches. Yet Messi failed to score. He remained Argentina's brightest player, creating chances and linking everything together, but Germany completely shut him down in the quarter-finals and smashed Argentina 4-0. Messi left South Africa without a goal and another painful World Cup scar. Back at Barcelona, he exploded into an entirely different level. Between 2011 and 2013, he scored 96 league goals in just 69 matches and won 3 consecutive Ballon d'Or awards. Guardiola taught him how to master space, timing, possession, and the rhythm of football itself. That complete understanding of the game arrived with him in Brazil 2014. This was no longer just the explosive winger or the false 9. This was a complete footballer. Messi carried Argentina throughout the tournament. He scored against Bosnia, produced the winner against Iran and scored twice against Nigeria. He then assisted Angel Di Maria's winner against Switzerland in the round of 16. Argentina beat Belgium, eliminated the Netherlands on penalties and reached the final. Messi played virtually every minute of the tournament and looked destined to finally lift the trophy. But Germany stood in his way once again. Mario Götze scored in extra time. Germany won the World Cup and Messi was left staring at the trophy he still could not touch. That image became one of the most iconic and painful moments in football history. People close to him later revealed that he kept thinking about that final for years afterwards. By 2015, another evolution began. Xavi had left Barcelona, and Messi was suddenly expected to be everything at once: playmaker, creator, organiser and goal scorer. Somehow he adapted again. The winger and false 9 evolved into a true enganche player who controlled the game, dictated the tempo, and still delivered goals. It was the version Argentina had always dreamed about. But Russia 2018 became another nightmare. Messi scored the crucial goal against Nigeria to help Argentina survive the group stage. Yet the team around him was broken. Against Croatia, he was isolated, disconnected from the game and trapped between midfield and defence. Argentina scraped into the knockout rounds, but France eliminated them 4-3. Messi still provided 2 assists, but as Kylian Mbappe announced himself to the world, Messi stood motionless in the centre of the pitch, wondering if another opportunity would ever come. Then came his final evolution. From 2019 onwards, Messi gradually became as much a creator as a scorer. In 2019-20, he produced 25 goals and 22 assists. In his final Barcelona season, he delivered 30 goals and 11 assists. Then at PSG, he finished a season with more assists than goals for the first time in his career. One Argentine analyst described him perfectly: a goal scorer who became Iniesta. That was the Messi who arrived in Qatar 2022. Not just a dribbler, not just a scorer, not just a false 9. A complete controller of football matches and the leader Argentina had always needed. The tournament began disastrously with a 2-1 defeat against Saudi Arabia that ended Argentina's 36-match unbeaten run. But Messi refused to hide. He told the country to stay united and trust the team. Then he delivered. Against Mexico, he scored and assisted.
Lionel Messi. Messi.
Against Poland, despite missing a penalty,
La orden y viene Messi.
Argentina won 2-0. Scaloni rebuilt the team during the tournament, promoting Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister, and Julian Alvarez into the starting 11. Against Australia, in his 1000th professional match, Messi scored his first ever World Cup knockout stage goal. Against the Netherlands, he produced one of the greatest assists in World Cup history for Nahuel Molina, scored a penalty, and led Argentina through a dramatic penalty shootout. Afterwards came the famous "Que miras, Bobo" moment. Then came Croatia. Messi scored a penalty and delivered one of the greatest assists ever seen at a World Cup, humiliating Joško Gvardiol before setting up Julian Alvarez. It was the perfect example of his final evolution. He no longer needed pure speed. He controlled time itself. He manipulated defenders with rhythm, intelligence, and timing. The final against France became one of the greatest matches in football history. Messi scored, Argentina battled through extra time, and eventually won on penalties. Emiliano Martinez made crucial saves, Gonzalo Montiel scored the winning penalty, and Argentina became world champions after 36 years. Messi finally completed his life's work. He finished the tournament with 7 goals, 3 assists, decisive performances in every knockout round, and became the first player ever to win 2 World Cup Golden Balls. And now, in 2026, Argentina are not arriving with a finished Messi. They are arriving with the smartest version of Messi. The winger became a false 9, the false 9 became an enganche, the enganche became a controller, and the controller became a world champion. That is why Argentina have a serious World Cup problem for everyone else.
The team made a movement to get him on the ball as much as possible, and I think I've seen France today, Argentina, those two teams have been by far the best in the competition that we've seen.
Because Lionel Messi is still here, and he is not coming to say goodbye, he is coming to defend the crown. Now, if this Argentina side is such a danger to the rest of the world, it's not only because this new version of Messi.
¿Vos crees que como ciclo, porque lo estás sosteniendo, es el más brillante en la historia de la selección?
Sí, sí, sin duda.
Sí.
Estos pibes más allá del Mundial no paran, Pollo, no paran. Es lo que dijiste recién. Por eso, por ahí nos podemos atrever a decir que pueden repetir.
It's because the connection between the players and Scaloni's footballing ideas is almost perfect. This team can seriously play. Argentina dominated the CONMEBOL qualifiers with 61 possession build-up attacks, the highest total in South America, and completed 342 sequences of 10 or more passes, at least 62 more than any other nation, with Brazil second on 280. They have also reached the knockout stages in 13 of their last 14 World Cup appearances. A perfect example came against Brazil. Messi wasn't even on the pitch, yet Argentina produced one of the goals of the qualifying campaign. Before Enzo Fernandez finished the move, Argentina moved the ball through virtually every area of the pitch, slicing through Brazil's defensive structure with a sequence of quick passes before leaving Enzo one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Goals like that are not rare for this team. Similar combinations appeared against Peru. These sequences happen because every player understands Scaloni's ideas inside out. Argentina no longer plays like a national team. They play like a club side that trains together every day, and that is incredibly dangerous. Against Algeria, that understanding was on full display once again. The connection between Messi and Lautaro Martinez is particularly special. Lautaro acts almost like a reference point for Messi. Early against Algeria, the Inter-striker set up Messi with a clever layoff, without even looking at him. Messi finished brilliantly, although the goal was ruled out for offside. The opening goal came from another tactical pattern that defines Scaloni's Argentina. Rodrigo de Paul dropped into a deep position that Algeria simply refused to press. From there, positioned almost between the centre-backs, he fired a perfectly weighted vertical pass into Messi. What the number 10 did next is impossible to explain. Within seconds, the game was broken open. Argentina led 1-0. Another key part of Scaloni's system is the role given to Enzo Fernandez: high pressing, ball recoveries, controlled build-up, and constant arrivals into attacking areas after releasing the ball. That movement gives Messi multiple passing options at all times. Combined with Lautaro's intelligent movement, it constantly creates space. One of those combinations nearly ended in another Lautaro goal, before Zidane produced an excellent save. Scaloni then refreshed the attack, introducing Nico Gonzalez and Julian Alvarez. Just minutes later came another piece of tactical brilliance. Messi delivered a corner that eventually travelled all the way back to Emiliano Martinez. Most players stopped paying attention to the original corner taker. Argentina did not. Dibu launched a brilliant pass forward, McAllister struck a powerful effort, Zidane could only parry it, and Messi reacted first to score the second goal. The mobility and verticality of this team are remarkable. In another sequence, De Paul found McAllister, who with a first-time pass split 5 Algerian players and released Messi. One touch later, Messi was through on goal. The finish was excellent, but Zidane somehow kept it out. Argentina sealed the game with yet another devastating transition. Messi started the move himself, spreading the ball wide to Nico Gonzalez before continuing his run into the box. Gonzalez returned the pass and, as so many times before, Messi finished the move with a stunning goal. All of this comes from Scaloni's tactical genius and the incredible collection of players he has assembled. Julian Alvarez is the complete striker. His pressing, movement, intelligence and finishing make him one of the most complete forwards in world football. Enzo Fernandez is the competitive brain of the team. Leadership, technical quality, work rate and personality make him one of the most valuable midfielders in the world. Lautaro Martinez has evolved into much more than a goal scorer. He can play with his back to goal, combine with teammates, press relentlessly and carry the emotional weight of the attack. Nico Paz has emerged as one of Europe's biggest revelations. His breakthrough season under Cesc Fabregas at Como showcased maturity, creativity and quality far beyond his age. Valentin Barco has become the modern utility player. His intensity, technical ability and versatility make him a valuable weapon whenever he enters the pitch. And then there is the backbone of the team. Emiliano Martinez remains untouchable in goal. The Europa League winner is one of the leaders of the group and continues to deliver whenever Argentina need him. Cristian Romero is the perfect Scaloni centre-back, aggressive, dominant and brave enough to step forward and break opposition attacks before they even develop. Lisandro Martinez provides intelligence, composure in possession and outstanding defensive reading, making him the ideal partner alongside Romero. Rodrigo de Paul remains irreplaceable. His move to MLS raised some eyebrows, but for Argentina, he still provides energy, pressing intensity, and complete tactical commitment. Alexis McAllister is the perfect complement to Enzo and de Paul. His balance, clarity, and understanding of the game allow Argentina's midfield to function at the highest level, and leading all of them, of course, is Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time, the man who controls the rhythm of the team, both on and off the pitch. The player around whom every attacking movement is organised. Everyone plays for him, and everyone becomes better because of him. Thanks to all this talent, Scaloni has already built the most successful era in Argentine football history. But his masterpiece is not finished yet. The final chapter awaits, July 19th, a date with football immortality.